Today we're diving into the world of retro electronics, CRT monitors with high voltage, PCs that could catch fire, and Soviet machines with radioactive components. Let's start with CRT monitors. These weren't just big and heavy, they carried up to 25,000 volts inside. To compare, a wall outlet gives you 230 volts. That's over 100 times less. Touching the wrong spot inside a CRT could result in a severe electric shock, and in extreme cases, death. At the heart of it was the Flyback transformer, which generated the high voltage needed to power the cathode-ray tube. That's why technicians always discharged CRTs first, and treated them with serious caution. In the 1980s and 90s, many computers, especially cheap ones, had poor ventilation and cheap components. Overheating power supplies, faulty capacitors, no surge protection. Some models of Amiga, early PCs, and low-end Apple clones were known to overheat and even catch fire, especially after years of use. Now, something that sounds like sci-fi, but isn't. In the Soviet Union, some vacuum tubes used in electronics contained trace amounts of thorium-232 to improve electron emission. Other components, like photomultipliers and optical sensors, sometimes included americium-241, the same isotope used in smoke detectors. Were they dangerous? Not really for average users. The radiation levels were low. But during disassembly or recycling, these parts could trigger Geiger counters and required special handling. Old computers weren't just electric, they were chemically dangerous too. Soldering was done with lead, and some parts contained arsenic, cadmium, or even mercury, especially in capacitors and screen coatings. This wasn't a problem for everyday users, but workers in factories and e-waste sites were at real risk. There are well-documented cases of heavy metal poisoning among recycling workers, especially in countries with poor protections. Retro tech is fun, but it wasn't always safe. High voltage, toxic materials, even traces of radiation, all part of the package. Modern electronics are built to be safer, cleaner, and regulated. Back then, it was all about power, speed, and pushing the limits. Subscribe for more precise tech facts from the past. And if you ever open a CRT, make sure you know how to discharge it properly. Seriously.